The Community and Human Services major is a multidisciplinary program for those interested in human service careers and is delivered through a combination of online and on-ground courses. This bachelor's degree program prepares students for a variety of career opportunities where human service workers help to strengthen the abilities and resources of others. The program offers a strong overview of the community and human services field and the role of the professional as an agent for positive change in the community. Moreover, this program allows students to pursue their specific interests in helping others in their local communities. This is Dr. Alan Moore, and I am the program coordinator, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you to your major. We offer this degree at 4 different campuses at Siena Heights: Metro Detroit, Lansing, Battle Creek, and Benton Harbor. We have 3 practicum coordinators who seek out affiliations and agreements with practicum sites. I oversee the Community and Human Services program, and the practicum coordinators are more local and can help match you up with a site in your local communities, which will help you to pursue your area of interest. In Southfield, the practicum coordinator is Angela Pinkett. In Lansing, it is Tammy Root. And for the Benton Harbor Battle Creek region, it is Mary Fortney. You can find a list of currently approved practicum sites on our website under the Practicum tab. Our focus is on helping individuals and communities grow. So, what is a degree in Community and Human Services? Well, students who are in this program are preparing to enter or continue in community service professions. Some may be preparing to pursue graduate studies. Others may be combining their previous background in nursing or substance abuse counseling, for example, with further education to broaden their knowledge and abilities. Others will eventually work to solve problems that are interfering with the well-being of individuals, groups, and communities. Others will help individuals and communities in emergencies. Others may eventually work to affect social policy and change. Others may eventually teach. Still others may enter government jobs and eventually assume a policy-making role. As you can see, Community and Human Services is a broad area of the human services field. And we want to be very clear that this is not a bachelor's of social work. However, we will cover in the course of your studies very similar topics to what you would cover in a social work program. Hopefully this degree, as an entry-level degree, would inspire you, perhaps, to do some graduate work. The degree would prepare you to go on to work on a master's degree in social work or psychology or counseling. And Siena Heights has a graduate school which offers an excellent master's degree in counseling, in mental health, as well as in school counseling. So this Community and Human Services degree can be a stepping stone for you and your further education. Now, our studies in this program prepare us to work on 2 levels, the macro level and also the micro level. Let me explain a little more about what we mean by macro and micro levels. It's part of the terminology of this field. Macro level work involves interventions provided on a large scale that affect entire communities and systems of care. Micro level work happens directly with an individual client or family. These levels interact with each other. And here's an analogy. You've heard the expression, give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach him how to fish and he eats for a lifetime. We can apply this to the macro and micro level kinds of work that you will be prepared to do. Micro level work is working with individuals or small groups of individuals in order to help them better their lives. And you may be helping them to cope better, communicate better, and improve their relationships. In effect, teaching them to fish. Macro level work is working on bigger systemic changes to the systems that people live in. So one helps a person not only to learn to fish, but also make sure a person has access to fish by changing the systems of society. And this may involve facilitating access to transportation or health care. As you will learn, your work involves balancing micro and macro practices through understanding that problems are complex and require intervention at both levels. Many schools do not provide education in macro-level practice. In this program, with this twofold emphasis, you will be better prepared to actively participate in social change and provide community leadership. The Community and Human Services degree prepares us for entry-level jobs and above in this field, and as I said, it does prepare us for further graduate studies in social work, psychology, counseling, and allied fields. More specifically, what kinds of jobs or career opportunities are available to you with a Community and Human Services degree? Well, on our website is a page you can download listing these opportunities. And this is certainly not an exhaustive list. As I mentioned, Community and Human Services is a broad area, and there are many other opportunities. But I encourage you to review this list and begin thinking about what you would like to do eventually with your degree. You could work in family services or as a patient advocate in hospitals and nursing homes. You could work in government jobs as a staff person assisting in policy making, and here you would demonstrate your macro skills. You could work for the Department of Human Services, and we are maintaining an affiliation with DHS, so our graduates qualify for many different job opportunities with DHS. Some other possibilities are working with local churches or parishes. If you are interested in this, you may want to minor in religious studies, and that's a 12-hour concentration. Or you could work for other nonprofit agencies. Let me emphasize, this is not an exhaustive list of career opportunities. In this slide, I will review the learning outcomes for the program. There are 4 we will take a look at. As a result of successfully completing the requirements for a bachelor's degree in Community and Human Services, the student will be able to competently, purposefully, and ethically demonstrate the following outcomes. And all the courses you take are designed to help you reach these 4 objectives. Number 1, understand the interdisciplinary ethical approach to the professional practice of Community and Human Services. In other words, to know ethical boundaries in the helping professions and to understand the interconnection of the various disciplines, such as psychology, counseling, and sociology. You'll engage in discussions and assignments to strengthen your collaboration skills so you can manage real-world challenges in this multidisciplinary world. The second objective is to develop skills to access, evaluate, and utilize social research in Community and Human Services work. In other words, link theory to practice. Basically, this learning outcome is here because we want you to be able to do research and know what constitutes good research, to be able to read journal articles and understand them clearly so that you can apply that information and continually educate yourself. The third objective is to develop effective communication and interpersonal skills appropriate for use in roles of practice. By this, particularly in Sci 360 counseling techniques, you'll be introduced to certain methodological ways to interact with clients, such as active listening skills and other interpersonal skills to more effectively relate to your clients. Developing professional skills such as being on time, keeping appointments, and being organized and prepared are also crucial and included as skills under this objective. Book learning is one thing, and developing your interpersonal skills is another. The two combined will assure that you are well prepared for work in this field. And the fourth learning outcome is to understand and practice methods appropriate for the process of planned change in communities and agencies. And this goes back to the macro level perspective, learning how to access social policies and how to keep or help rather in making systemic change. Let's take a look at the courses you will be taking for your degree here at Siena Heights. There are 2 tracks that one can pursue. One is the generalist practice, and the other is the family systems concentration. We encourage you to take the family systems concentration, as plans are to eventually phase out the generalist practice, because we think the family systems concentration will look better on your resume and it will better prepare you for a wider spectrum of jobs. So here are the courses you'll need to have taken as prerequisites: Introduction to Psychology and Introduction to Sociology. If you haven't taken them, we offer both of these courses, and Again, they are considered prerequisites. The core courses in the program include the following. The bookend courses are CSV 320, Introduction to Community Service, and your last course should be CSV 495, Community Service Practice. You'll use the same textbook for both of these courses, and again, they are considered the bookend courses. You'll also take SOC 341, Research in the Social Sciences. In this course, you'll learn how to do research and also how to apply the latest information and findings to your practice. Social Psychology, Sci 340, is also one of the core requirements, along with Sci 360, Counseling Techniques and Practices, which will help you develop an intentional approach to your counseling. CSV 460, Crisis Intervention, teaches that there is a particular methodology to helping people who are experiencing immediate crises, which is different from what might be done in a typical counseling session. And this course will better prepare you for what you might encounter in the field. Another core course, is Marriage and Family Relations, SOC 312. And Community Service Practice, again, CSV 495, is a 15-week course rather than an 8-week course. During that 15 weeks, you will complete a 100 clock hour practicum, and you will work with your instructor to choose a practicum site, and the practicum coordinator will be there to assist if needed. We have lists of approved sites which will match your particular area of interest. For the family systems concentration, some other courses are SOC 355, Investigative Techniques. How to investigate child abuse or elder abuse, for example. There's a certain technique to questioning and investigating allegations. This is a very important course, particularly if you want to work with the Department of Human Services or in nursing homes or with children. Sci 312 and Sci 313 are interventions with children. 312 covers ages 0 to 6. 313 covers ages 7 to 12. I'd like to stress that the more child psychology courses that you can add to your transcript, the better. It'll help you in terms of employability. And the family systems concentration does require the 100-hour practicum as well through CSV 495, which is 15 weeks long, to give you time to complete your practicum experience. So we've developed a well-rounded curriculum to prepare you through an interdisciplinary approach. We have a new addition to the program. We have our own website now, and I encourage you to check it out. Here's the URL. We created the site to provide useful and hopefully interesting information and news about what is going on in the program and some of the community activities that classes have been getting involved in. We also designed it to give you easy access to the documents you need throughout the program. As a student in the Community and Human Services program, it's strongly recommended that you complete a certified background check prior to the practicum. Now, it is not required by the program. However, the practicum site you choose may require this documentation as a condition of being accepted as a practicum student, depending on the vulnerability of the population you choose to work with and the agency's own policies. A background check is also a good idea for those who are seeking eventual certification or licensure. Simply go to www.castlebranch.com and enter the code SN19. That will give you instructions on how to apply for your documentation. And finally, your instructor in CSV 320 should have copies of this acknowledgement that you have listened to and understand this orientation and what is required of you to complete the program. The form should look something like this. We're glad you chose Siena Heights as a place to begin or restart. I know I speak for all the faculty and staff in saying we look forward to our partnership with you. If you have any questions, simply contact your instructors or me at amoore7@sienaheights.edu. I wish you the best on this exciting journey. We're wishing you the peace, wisdom, and clarity of thought you need to do the best that you possibly can as you grow into competent, purposeful, and ethical professionals in your field.